Hello, children. Welcome back to part 2 of Maui's Kite. Here in this paragraph, thinking that he was in control, Maui called out, "O winds, mighty as the gods, return to Ipunui." But of course, the winds were beyond his control. They raged stronger and stronger until the cord attached to the kite snapped with a mighty crack. Maui almost fell backwards. The kite sailed away over the mountain, never to be seen again. In this paragraph, the boy thought that he was controlling the wind and the wind is in his hands. And he started to call the winds, telling that, "Oh winds, mighty as a god, come back to Ipunui." But what happened now? The wind was beyond his control. He couldn't control the wind. The wind blew very forcefully, stronger and stronger, until the cord was attached to the kite and snapped with a mighty crack. Now, what has happened? The cord was attached with the kite, and what happened? A small mighty crack was also done because of the stronger wind. Maui almost fell backwards. Now he suddenly felt very bad of himself. The kite sailed away over the mountain, never seen to be again. And so here what has happened? He couldn't see the kite again back. It flew back through the mountains and it sailed away. The winds continued to rage over the entire island. A heavy rain sent people scurrying in all directions. The wind had proved who was stronger. At last, the keeper of the winds pounced on Ipunui and took it back to the cave. She worked all through the night, gently coaxing the wind back into the god. Finally, the storm ended. People started calling Maui he who brought the great storm. His friends looked the other way when Maui came to visit. Finding himself alone with nothing to do, Maui built another kite. It was smaller than the first. He blew it near his house when there was no one else about. He would tie the kite to a rock and study its movements in the sky. In this paragraph, the wind started to rage over the entire island. Entire island was covered with the winds, and the heavy rain sent people scurrying into all directions. People started running quickly into all the directions wherever they could run because of the heavy rain. At last, the keeper of the wind, what she did, she chanted some mantra the whole day and night and gently coaxing the winds back into the god. Now, coaxing means persuading somebody to do something by talking in a kind and gentle way. So the lady spoke to the wind in a gentle manner and she slowly put the wind into the Noi back again, Ipunui back again. Finally, what happened? The storm had ended. Now people started to call this boy Maui as he who brought the great storm. Because of this boy itself, a great storm came out. So he was called as he who brought the great storm. And his friends looked the other way when Maui came to visit them. Finding himself alone, now friends also did not go along with him. Finding himself all alone, what did Maui do? Maui built another kite. But this time the kite was smaller than the first one. Now what did he do? He flew it near his house itself with the wind what is always blowing across. And when there was no one else about to do anything, what he used to do? He used to tie the kite to the rock and study the movements looking into the sky. Soon he could tell when the weather would be fine or stormy. One day he noticed some men going off to the fields. "It will rain today," called out Movi. "Tomorrow will be a little better day to work in the fields." The men just scowled at him. But soon it did begin to rain, and the men came running back to the village, looking in amazement at Maui. Another day, Maui warned a group of women that their clothes would be blown away from the drying place because his kite told him that there would be a storm that day. Later, they were out in their yards chasing their clothes, which were blowing about in the storm. In the time, the village people began to depend on Maui and his kite. He taught them how to tell from the dancing movements of the kite which days would be good for planting or fishing or drying cloth. People now started calling him teacher of the weather. Even the keeper of the winds no longer shunned him, and Maui had learnt his lesson. Never again did he call for the winds of Ipuiki or Ipunui. Now what has happened? The boy came to know about the weather and he started to instruct the people. One day, as he saw some men going into the field, what he did, he told them, "You don't go today. Tomorrow will be a better day for your work. It will be a rainy day today. Please don't go." Till then, the men just scowled. Scowled at him means frowned. In anger, they looked at him. But what happened? Soon it began to rain, and the men came back running to their village, looking in amazement at Maui. Now they all started to glance on Maui that how could this boy imagine and tell something like this? Another day, what happened? A group of women were going to the field drying their clothes outside in the place or in the yard. What happened? The boy has told them, "Please don't go to work. The wind, a storm is going to come today, and your clothes will all blow away in the storm." But what happened? The ladies did not listen to the boy. Till then, the storm blew and the clothes blow away in the wind. In the time, the village people started to depend upon Maui now. All started to depend upon Maui and his kite. Now he taught them how to tell from the dancing movements of the kite, is that the day will be pleasant, or is that the day will be good for planting or good for fishing or for drying the clothes. From the movements of the kite told the boy about the day, how will the weather of the day will be. Now people started calling him teacher of the weather and also keeper of the winds. So the boy was called in different names again. And never again he did not do any mistake of calling Ipuiki or Ipunui back again. So the lesson this fable teaches. So what is the lesson? What we teach, what we get from the story is respect nature and it will respect you. Hope all have understood the story. Thank you.